I survived for 1,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. I started my adventure last year and since then have mined over 1 million blocks, blew up 10,000 TNT in the nether, and even almost died. To celebrate surviving for so long, I've put all 7 videos together and turned them into a full movie. So whether you're doing your homework, falling asleep, or just like watching long videos, I really hope you enjoy. Here's the full story of how I survived 1,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. So this is where we're going to be kicking off Hardcore Season 2. The overall area looks pretty nice. Looks like we've got a jungle over here, a plains biome here, badlands at the end, and over here there's a savanna. There's 4 biomes connected to each other. All we need is some snow over here in the desert. There's also plenty of food, animals, and we probably won't be struggling for wood. Before I move on, I need a plan. The best way of surviving would be to split this into 3 phases. First, I need to get as much food as possible and find enough iron to keep me somewhat protected. Secondly, I'll bring all my resources to an area I'd like to call home, build a house to store everything in, and keep things safe. And for phase 3, we go mining for that light blue ore that we all know and love to level up our protection game and prepare us for some huge projects coming soon. So the first tool I'm going to make is an axe. No, that's not for chopping trees. Oh, I couldn't kill a baby, could I?
Let me tell you something! Let me tell you something!
So now my axe is broke and I'm out of hunger. It's probably a good time to get some stone and cook all this up. This is perfect for getting stone. And now that we've entered the Stone Age, we can make ourselves a furnace or 2, some improved tools. And before the sun sets, I'm going to try and get as much wood as possible so I don't need to come back to the surface to get it. After some deforestation, it's time to stock up on iron to get a full set of armor. So I now have a whopping 53 iron, definitely more than enough to get me a full set of iron armor and tools. So I can now go from being very vulnerable into this. Jeez! I've already spotted some axolotls. Oh, and some enemies. Oh, this is going to get ugly. Oh my... I feel like this cave really has nothing to offer apart from rotten flesh. And it turns out I've explored everywhere inside of this cave and all there is copper. So since that cave didn't have much to offer, I ran through the night in search of a better one. Okay, so this looks fairly promising. I'm just hoping it's better than the last one. I feel like I'm just getting further and further through and not finding anything. Okay, so we found what seems to be a new ancient city and there's our first diamond in the series. Diamond! But I'm chilling here in iron armor, and if a warden spawns, I'm gonna be dead in like 2 seconds, if that. So I'm just gonna casually go down there, and hopefully he doesn't suspect anything. It's actually taking way too long, just sneaking everywhere. So I'm gonna build up. I mean, it's not really much of an ancient city. It's just like what the ancient city should be. And I'm pretty sure this is what That's what spawns him, all right. Why is it going dark? Please don't spawn. I've literally just started. You know what? I kind of want to get a bit risky and just spawn him and try and get away as quick as I can. We ain't scared on this channel. Come out, Mr. Warden. Come out and play. Oh my God, there he is. This is actually terrifying. My heart is beating so fast right now. He's only over there and he can run so fast and hit me from 21 blocks away. He's smelling. He's smelling. He's smelling. Oh no. We are not ready to fight the Warden just yet. He's just kind of mad about the bat. Huh? Oh. He set that into oblivion. Maybe I'm going to set myself a goal. I need to find myself full diamond armor and full diamond tools in a certain amount of time, or I have to go and fight the deadly Warden. But before any of that, my inventory started getting full pretty quickly. So I got some basic materials like deep slate and cobblestone. I eventually made it to the surface and traveled through the night, avoiding contact with the hundreds of mobs out in the wilderness trying to kill me. So I finally made it back and have lit up the area. It's about time I throw everything I've got into a chest. It's safe to say I got quite a lot, but the one thing I don't have is a bed. So I've got a bed now and somewhere to build a house, but I don't yet have a house. I've got an idea of what kind of house I want to make, but if I'm going to build it, I'm going to need wood and to remove all these trees, which kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Now I just need a few more materials in order to build the house I want to build, such as oak logs, birch logs, cobblestone, sand, and spruce wood. So I'm going to start out by building the perimeter. This build takes a lot of wood, so I planted some more saplings and chopped down the trees. So that's the perimeter done. Now I just need to skin it, just like that. And now I want to build a balcony. The balcony was complete, so next up I worked on filling in the walls of the structure, followed by the roof. And after a few more things, this is what the house looks like right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot bigger than I originally planned, but it's also looking kind of dull. And now it's looking spicy. I mean, I added a few things like fence gates in that, but let's be real, I'm not a builder, but I definitely did try my best. But guys, we've got some other stuff to take care of. As you can see, I've gone through 23 iron axes already and 11 iron pickaxes. Iron is just not strong enough. My helmet's also on 4 durability, and my boots are getting weak too. So it's time to go on to phase 3, which is to go mining for diamonds and get enough for a full diamond set of armor and also tools. But if we don't get them by the end of the video, I'm gonna have to fight the warden with what I've got so far. And yes, I could just say until the end of the video and record for like 4 hours finding diamonds, but to give myself the challenge, I'm gonna put a timer on the screen so you can track my progress. Although there's loads of iron and copper, my main focus is diamonds, as I'm going to need 35 and we only have a certain amount of time to do it. So let's start the timer and let's get going. Starting off with an obscene amount of iron. I don't think I've ever seen this much in just a cluster in my life. Okay, I'm getting kind of bored of mining this now. I'm actually having no luck running around looking in these caves. Got some gold and maybe our luck is changing. My helmet ended up breaking whilst fighting skeletons underground, which made me extremely vulnerable, but the mobs stood no match for my iron axe. And then came my closest call so far. I was backed into a corner, but managed to escape with my life intact. After exploring further into the caves, I came across this. This might come in handy someday. Probably not. And because I had absolutely no luck running through the caves, I made the decision to go strip mining to hopefully improve my chances of finding some diamonds. I was just casually strip mining when I started hearing noises, and I ran into some skulk completely on accident, and I guess it was a happy accident. I mean, if the warden spawns, it's not going to be too fun. And after finding more and more diamonds, I found some more skulk, and this is where a warden decided to spawn on me, and just like I predicted, it wasn't fun. Oh my god. I was strip mining, I heard loads of noise and oh no, oh no, oh no, please no. Okay, I'm just gonna run. Oh my, this is such a massive cluster. 4 iron pickaxes later, we've managed to get to 27 diamonds, which is 75% of the way there, as we need 36. But we've only got 10 minutes to find them, and I'm getting kind of nervous. I need 9 more diamonds, and this iron pickaxe is just so slow. Please be a big vein. It looks like it could be. We're up to 33, which means we need 3 more diamonds. That is it. And we only have like 4.5 minutes. Let's go! I thought I was gonna run out of time. Wait, there's only 35? Wait, I'm 1 away and the time is about to run out. There's no way. Come on, please be a diamond here somewhere. I don't want to fight that warden. 3, 2, 1. So I managed to get 35 diamonds, but our goal was 36. And although I got all of these, I failed. I now somehow have to find my way back home from all of this. But I guess on the bright side, I got a lot of deep slate. Deep slate wasn't enough to prepare me for a fight with the warden. In fact, nothing really could at this point. My journey back home was a long one. There was a lot on my mind. But after a lot of thinking and a lot of running, I have made it. So we're back home now. And I mean, I guess we better get ready to fight the warden. Let me just...
Huh?
Wait a second. We don't need to fight the warden. Let's go. I completely forgot I had 2 diamonds left over, and altogether we've got 36, which means we have enough for a full set of tools and a full set of armor in the first episode. And this iron armor has done me well, but we're not poor like that anymore. It's time to get some real stuff. And that is what I'm talking about. I'm going to craft 10,000 TNT in hardcore Minecraft and blow it all up in the nether to find an unlimited amount of ancient debris. How much will I find? Stay tuned to the end to find out. I'm going to need to split this project into 3 phases because 10,000 TNT is equal to over 150 stacks, which should fit comfortably into 3 double chests. However, I can't carry 3 double chests, which means I'm going to need 6 shulker boxes, and I've not even been to the end yet. So... I eventually found a bastion where I met some piglins who I overpaid in gold to hopefully get enough ender pearls from them, and then repaid myself by taking their gold. But they weren't too happy about this as they ambushed me, but I managed to survive just about. The last thing I needed was blaze rods, so at this fortress I put my archery skills to the test. So now I'm back and I think I'm pretty much ready. I've got everything with me that I think I'll need, so repaired my armor a little bit and grabbed some arrows to use this lethal bow. I went traveling through the night until I eventually found the portal, and now it's time to take out this ender dragon. My pickaxe broke, so I'm currently breaking this piece of endstone with my fist. And great. I'm pretty sure I just lost the egg, so I've just come back to enchant a brand new diamond pickaxe, as I will be needing one of those. And as I expected, it had gone through the portal and I hadn't actually lost it. So let's place it right here. And now I'm back in the end, prepared to run thousands of blocks, trying to find an ancient city. Did I really just say ancient city? I meant end city. I honestly feel like I should have found one by now. I've not seen any in the distance at all. Wait, is that one in the distance? Oh, there's one there as well. I can't find any, and then I find two at the same time. Nice. Time to get those shulkers to hold all that gunpowder. Oh my god. I thought that hit me so I'd float over to the ship, but I had to MLG it. That was so close. So after raiding the end city, this is what I look like. I mean, I'm already a dragon, but I guess that just gave me an even bigger head. The issue is I've raided 2 end cities and I only have 7 shulker shells, as I need 5 more to get 6 shulker boxes. Quick maths. And there we have it. 12 shulker shells, 2 elytras, and that is phase 1 complete. Now I have the shulker boxes, I just need some TNT to put inside of them. And to craft TNT, I need sand, but most importantly, gunpowder. So I guess I better make one of those farm things. But in order to build it, we need some materials. So let's get the boring stuff out of the way first. So I believe that's everything gathered right now. We've got the magma blocks, stone blocks, trapdoors, slabs, everything you can think of. Now it's just time to start building. I think somewhere on that mountain should be good enough. So that's the floor of it done with magma blocks. Now I just need to make a few layers in the sky. Just like that. Creepers are spawning already, but there are still some imposters which we need to prevent from spawning. Now I've just got to avoid getting killed and place trapdoors all over the roof. Now I just need to add water to the dispensers without having this thing blow up. Maybe I should sleep to do this in a safer way. The sun is up, so it should be a bit easier now. I think I start it all off just by doing this. So now I've made this little fella, I need to make an AFK platform about 123 blocks in the sky. So let's get started doing that. So now I'm just going to block myself in. It's finally time to check the results after about 3 hours. And I don't know if I should laugh or cry. I mean, that much gunpowder is kind of decent. Pretty much fills my invent. But if I was to put all of that with sand and craft it into TNT, I have a feeling that I wouldn't get all that much. And the issue is I can't even go and get a load of sand because I don't have enough diamonds to repair this shovel, let alone make more and enchant them. So my plan is, because this was pretty easy to build, I'm going to go mining for all the resources for this and either double it in size or build one right next to it. And whilst I'm mining down in the caves, I should hopefully come across diamonds, which will enable me to make shovels and then go get sand, because that's pretty quick and easy. And by then, we'll already have all the gunpowder we need. And now that I've got a load of diamonds, I was able to repair some of my stuff and have a load left over to make some more shovels, to fill these with sand. But at the moment, they've got materials in to make that thing even bigger. So we're going to start by taking out the roof, only to then rebuild it. And whilst I do this, I want to do some quick maths. In order to get 10,000 TNT, I'm going to need a lot of gunpowder and sand. To be precise, 40,000 sand and 50,000 gunpowder. And if making this thing any bigger doesn't work, we're kind of done for, to to be honest. I'm hoping I've got enough shulker boxes for the sand, because honestly, I don't even want to know how many I'm going to need for all that. So a shulker box can fit 27 stack. We need 625. Okay, I've just worked it out, and I think we need like 23 shulkers, and I only have 6. This could get interesting. And that is the roof taken off. Now I just need to make an extra like 5 layers to this thing. And the next step, now they're all built, is to put trapdoors everywhere. That's all the trapdoors placed. And yeah, as you get towards the top, you start to run out of oak wood and you use makeshift materials, which means it looks pretty rubbish. But we're not here to look at it. We're just here for the gunpowder. But to get the gunpowder, we need to put the roof back on top, just like this. Time to fly back up here, and hopefully we get a bit more than last time. After I checked the results, it was pretty disappointing. So I put all the stuff I have so far into shulker boxes. And as you can see, I have about 10 rows of gunpowder. In total, that's 5,760. And I need about 10 times that. So unfortunately, that farm by itself isn't going to be enough. And there are 2 reasons for this. Alongside the creepers, it spawns spiders. So when all the loot comes down to here, I end up getting a load of string. We don't want string, we just want gunpowder. And even if there was only gunpowder, this one farm by itself, it's going to take at least 24 to 48 hours of AFKing up there just to get the amount we need. So if anything, I probably need to build a second one just to speed things up, which means we need more wood for trapdoors. And now we have enough wood, I need to search for a desert. Luckily, there's one here which is real close to my home. And I'm going to get about a shulker full to add in glass beams to stop spiders from spawning. As I have loads of materials like the redstone and stone left over, all that's left to do now is to wait on these furnaces to cook up the glass. So now I've got all the materials, let's get building. I'm still going to get a load of string, however, because the way the dispensers work with the water means I can't use this glass for the beams. So the spiders are still going to spawn, but it's not a bad thing because I can use all the string for emeralds when I eventually get some villagers. But the worst part of all of that is I've just lost a shulker worth of sand to glass, which I'm not even going to need for a long time because I thought we'd need it for this. But now that these farms are set up, it's time to go AFK again and see how much we can get with double the efficiency. And instead of joining me by doing nothing but wait for gunpowder, you should go below this video and consider subscribing. Because according to YouTube, only 1% of you who watch my videos are actually subscribed. And after all that time, if we come and have a look, oh, look at all that gunpowder, baby, let's go. And the best thing is, it's duplicated on the other side as well. Look at all this. Okay, I think we definitely have enough now. All of these double chests, all 15 of them are full with gunpowder. This one has about 2 rows in it. But all of these shulkers are full as well. I did some quick maths and I have over 58,000 gunpowder. Now the very last thing that we need is 40,000 sand. Just came across a desert temple on my way here. Let's see if there's... Please don't blow up. I'm not taking any chances. Take a couple of diamonds. And we got a fortune free book, but that's not really that good. But enough distractions. It's time to mine this whole desert out. I have encountered a problem. I've already repaired this shovel once and the durability is really low already, which means one thing. I need to enchant more diamond shovels so I don't have to keep using diamonds to repair them. And I have about 10,000 sand right now, which is a quarter of the way there. And to be able to enchant them, I'm going to need XP. So if we come to the nether, I can mine quartz and hopefully along the way find a nether fortress to get all the essentials for making potions. So when I do come back to the nether to blow all the TNT up, I'll have fire resistance. Oh, you good, guys? Never stood a chance. Got to a decent level now and I've managed to find a fortress. Let's see what goods we can find inside of here. I'm now at level 36 with 15 blaze rods, which is more than enough to make some potions with, and enough to enchant all 3 diamond shovels. Now I just need to find my way back home. Oh, hey guys. But before I go, I better take this guy out without drowning myself. And I've managed to find some nether wart, which is definitely something I'm going to need. And now I've got everything with me. It's time to say goodbye to the nether for now. Now it's just time to get 30,000 more sand. Someone send help, please. And as my shulker boxes got full, it was time to bring it all back and start crafting it into TNT. And as you can see, I've already got one full double chest and I'm on to the next one already. All of this is filled with gunpowder and I have a little bit of sand left before I have to go get another 20,000 or so. So just finished up and we've got one full dub and almost a second full double chest, which means we only need to fill this one and we're almost there. So all 6 shulker boxes and my inventory are filled with sand. It's now time to combine it with the gunpowder to make even more TNT. I just crafted all of that sand with the gunpowder and we've got 1 double chest, 2 double chests, 2.5 double chests. Only issue is I need at least 1,000 more, which means I'm going to need to mine at least like another 2,500 sand. But I've almost broken all my shovels. And yes, the other one broke because I'm a noob and didn't check. These need repairing so I can fill all these up with sand again because currently they're empty. I just checked the statistics before I started mining and it turns out I was pretty accurate because I've mined 37,682 sand already, which means I should only need 2 of these to get the rest and just 1 shovel. Here we go. You know, people like saying that mining sand is really satisfying, and I get that for the first like maybe 10 that you mine, but once you get to 40,000, this gets really, really boring. I'm gonna pick up these last little bits, chuck them all in there, and on the statistic, it says we've hit 41,000. Okay, that's definitely more than enough. Let's get back and let's get back safe. I did make it back alive, which means it's now time to craft the remainder of the 10,000 TNT with the last bits of sand and gunpowder. So after many hours of phase 2 and trying to get all of the gunpowder and sand ready, I finally have 6 shulker boxes full of TNT. Well, almost. And I'm pretty sure that that calculates to around 10,219 TNT. All that's left to do now is to blow it all up. So I'm back in the nether and I need to get down to Y level 15 as that's supposed to be the best level for blowing TNT up. And I'm gonna be honest. Wait, what kind of luck is that? It was a free vein as well. No way. Seeing as we have about 200 TNT over the 10,000 mark, I kind of want to see what blowing up a stack of TNT looks like. So let's start with that. That's 64 TNT ready. Well, that was anticlimactic. Run! I don't know why I thought that this 1 block of netherrack was going to save my life, but we move. So after blowing up that stack of TNT, this is how far it gets us. And honestly, it does a good amount of demolition. Now imagine what 10,000 TNT is going to do. This could get ugly. Now it's back to mining the tunnel. This might be the only problem with this whole process, the lava. I'm definitely going to need some fire resistance potions to make sure we don't die, as it is getting closer and closer every single time. But as I can be quite forgetful, I think I'm going to start mining it as I go on the way back, so that I don't miss any on the way, which I definitely will. I've built a large perimeter of TNT here, and I'm quite scared of how it's going to go. Oh my. And now I can't get any of that ancient debris because of the lava. Nice. Every angle I'm mining there is lava, so I'm going to have to rethink this plan. So this area seems to be pretty solid and doesn't have any lava pools nearby, apart from that one. So I'm going to get down to Y level 15 again and try and place pretty much the last 9,000 blocks of TNT and set it all off at once. So we start digging again, and I've actually found more ancient debris than lava recently. And then we get to the basalt deltas. Not fun. Going to start rigging the place with TNT again. I'm not going to leave any gaps this time. All right, guys, this explosion here is going to be a massive one. A full shulker of TNT. Let's do it. Oh no. Save me. Oh, it's all around me. Oh my lord. Doesn't even render in. just going through and mining some more ancient debris before I do return back, because as you can see, there's only 28 durability on my pickaxe, which means it's going to be a struggle to even get home without it breaking. I've managed to make it back without my pickaxe breaking, and I have a really dumb idea, but I feel like it could work. So I'm going to need to make a smithing table, smelt up 8 of the ancient debris that I've found so far, and now that that's smelted, I'm going to combine it with the gold and try and combine the pickaxe with the netherite, and it actually does repair it a little bit. So there's my first netherite tool, and it's looking pretty spicy, but I don't want to make any more until I've collected all of the ancient debris using all of this TNT in the nether. But I do have the question, is this this is probably too expensive, right? Repairing it using... And just like that, my pickaxe is back at full durability. Not sure how that happened. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of triggered comments down below. But anyway, it's time to make some fire-resistant potions so that I don't burn alive. Now that we've got all that sorted, let's get back in the nether and to blowing stuff up. Now that I have a pickaxe I'm not afraid it's going to break, I should probably drink some of this fire resistance so that I don't burn alive. It does a great job, but it definitely doesn't taste as good as G Fuel. Use code Chaza for up to 30% off, and you won't burn in lava either. My pickaxe is on life support again, which means that I need to spend a little bit more of this ancient debris. Trust me, I've definitely found more than this. I know you guys are absolutely furious that I keep repairing this pickaxe using netherite ingots. So I'm going to grab a flint and steel and just pray for the best. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I could be dead right now. I actually could be dead. Oh my god, I could be dead. Listen to it. Let's see the aftermath of that, if I can get through my safety barrier. Oh my goodness. I can feel my frames dropping right now. Yo, this is insane. Look at the amount of ancient debris I can see already. Oh no. And the best part is, we've still got another 2 shulker boxes to go. We're going to be so rich. Oh no, oh no. This isn't good. I literally have just over 2 stacks left to place, and I almost died. That was close. And these are the last 3 blocks of TNT for the 10,000. I need an escape route. That's over 10,000 TNT blown up inside of the nether, and these caves go on for absolutely ages. There's so much ancient debris. I've put on another texture pack because I'm pretty much blind, and I'll probably miss out on loads of it. Also, these guys are trying to hunt me down for some reason. They've already broken my boots and they're about to break my helmet. So if I can survive, leave a prediction down in the comments of how much ancient debris you think I'm going to find. I think it might be quite a lot. I've somehow managed to make it back to my humble abode, and this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. I got over 5 stacks of ancient debris, and you can't forget about all of the netherite ingots that we used to fix this thing. Now I'm just going to take all this ancient debris and smelt it all up, and now that it's all ready, I can combine it with some of my gold. I have literally nothing. So I've managed to make a whopping 4 netherite ingots out of that. But to be fair, I do have about 5 stacks of netherite scraps, which I'm going to put in here. And I might be rich with ancient debris. Looking at my valuables.
Part of the beauty of me is that I'm very rich.
This is me mining 1 Minecraft block. And this is me mining over 1 million Minecraft blocks. I mined a 100 by 100 area down to bedrock in hardcore Minecraft in a project that took me over 50 hours to complete. I also found a crazy amount of ores and mined them with Fortune 3. So stay tuned to the end to see how many I got. So first of all, I need to find an area and mark it out using red concrete blocks. So with the perimeter now marked out and complete, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to dig out the whole thing down to bedrock. But there's no chance I'll be able to do it with tools on this durability. Now in my last video, I blew up 10,000 TNT in the nether for ancient debris, so I should have some pretty good armor somewhere.
Where's my super suit?
Although I have heaps of scraps, I have 0 gold and no XP to enchant anyway, which means no armor, no pickaxes, and no beacon. So to fix all these problems, I need to build a super OP gold farm. And for all the pickaxes and armor, I'm going going to need mending. Hopefully now I can get a mending trade. So let's go ahead and trade for the first one. I can't apply it to my pickaxe. Really? It literally has 1 durability, but I can apply it to my legs, which is a good start on the armor. But seeing as I don't have any diamonds either, getting those would be a good place to start, especially as I need enough for a bunch of pickaxes, because there is a lot of digging to be done.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
I've returned, and it's safe to say I'm a lot richer than I was before. But that's not enough, because I still need 164 gold blocks for the beacon and all of the materials for the farm, including 5,708 magma blocks. I've crossed off every material on the list now, which can only mean one thing. It's time to build this gold farm. That is the farm complete, which definitely didn't take me over 4 hours. But now it's time to let the gold come flying in. These are the results from the gold farm. And if we need a beacon... The game definitely felt sorry for me. Okay, so I almost just died. That would not have been good. Now I just need to make it back. Time to make all of these shiny. Combine them with some netherite. Sprinkle some mending books on them. And we are good to go.
Nice.
So we're all set up. I just need the actual beacon. Now the preparation is complete, it's time to get started on this huge project. I've dug about 50% of the way through. In about an hour, I'd say that's pretty decent. This might not actually be that hard after all. I am definitely going to regret saying that. I think it's a good time to stop and repair my tools, because as you can see, I've actually lost one of my pickaxes because I wasn't paying attention. These are all full of dirt. They're all full of cobblestone. So I need more chests. I need more fireworks. And I need to repair these pickaxes. And now that they're fully repaired, I want to run an experiment. If I mine out a 10 by 10 area all the way to bedrock, we'll have completed 1% of the whole task. Maybe this isn't going to be easy. You see, I thought this would be a good idea, and then I ran into a ton of water, but let's keep going. So it's taken me roughly 20 minutes to get down to Y level 4 where Deep Slate is starting. So if that took 20 minutes, times it by 10, that's over 3 hours. Please send help. Phase 2 is no longer reachable from the beacon, so I'm going to have to bring it down here. After 3 hours, I've managed to get this bit all the way down to Y level 4. Now, I was going to mine the whole thing down to bedrock, but I'll be here for years if I have to mine all the deep slate. My tools are also pretty beat up, and I need to think of a master plan of how to get rid of all this deep slate. Back to the gold farm I go. As these pigmen are repairing all of my tools for me, I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to need to build flying TNT machines to get rid of all that deep slate. Thanks, guys. You can you can stop now. Now that all my tools are back, I've just got to remove all of this, and apparently that's going to be 27 hours worth of work. But as if by magic, I just remembered something. I've got over 2 double chests full of gunpowder. I could probably make a massive dent in this whole area, which means first I'm going to need to get a bunch of sand. Now let's get crafting. That's not that bad. So to place a shulker full of TNT, I'm going to want to do it in the middle of this area. Now this could go horribly wrong, but hopefully it saves us a load of time. That's a 17 by 17 hole dug out, which means I can fit 2023 TNT blocks in here. So I need to be really careful this doesn't blow up. I don't even have a totem. I could be dead. This is the last of the TNT, and I'm genuinely terrified. You know, sometimes in life you just gotta... Oh, I can feel the lag. That's insane. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. Oh, no. Let's see what damage you've done.
Wow.
That's done a decent amount. I guess it's back to mining. I've gone from trying to collect every single block in this project to just absolutely neglecting all of these. Most of that part there is full of water, so I need to go get sponges from an ocean monument. But before we do, I want to place down all of the ores that I've mined so far with Silk Touch, because I've got quite a lot of coal, a decent amount of iron, gold, redstone, and lapis, and a pretty large amount of copper too. So I just want to see how much that will amount to. Okay, that ended up being a lot taller than I thought. Jeez. With that done now, it's time to go and find an ocean monument to get ourselves a load of sponges. And bingo. I've just got to get in here before the Elder Guardian gives me mining fatigue. And there we go. After waiting the longest 5 minutes of my life, I managed to find the sponge room, and I'm just trying to get as many as I can before I get mining fatigue again. That didn't last too long. Finally, I've made it back with 27, which is a respectable amount. And just before we use them...
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's out.
Can't forget about the hoe. That just made my life so much easier. Now it's time to crack on with the rest of this section here. I'm 34% of the way done in regards to mining this area down to deep slate. And before I continue, I'm going to make that tower even bigger with all of this. Now, if I can match the height of that in a 10 by 10 instead of a 5 by 5, I'm going to be incredibly rich. A shulker full of ores later, and the tower is looking good. Just imagine how tall that tower is going to be at the end of the video after adding all the ores from the area that I'm yet to mine out. That's if I survive. What was that? I'm so glad that I had this massive crater blown up earlier, because it's going to save me so much time. Now, I've only found 6 diamonds so far, but if I hit them with the fortune, that should be enough to make 3 more pickaxes, because I'm in and out of the nether all of the time, repairing the ones that I haven't yet broken. That literally only got me 2 extra pickaxes, but it should help save some time. And while I was enchanting them pickaxes, I remembered that I had some sand and gunpowder left over, and you just know that I love TNT. Don't try this at home. And not bad. I'm finally on to the last stages. It's crazy to think I've dug this whole section out, and I still have hours of work to go. But once all of this is done, we can move on to a more fun way of getting all the way down to bedrock. Hours later, I'm at deep slate level, which takes way too long to mine, but the end is in sight. And finally, I'm on the last 2 blocks. Let's go! That's the whole 100 by 100 mined down manually to Y level 4. The deep slate took way too long, so it's time to get ourselves some TNT flying machines. And first of all, I just want to show you guys a quick update on the ore tower. It's now 10 by 10 and over 100 blocks in height. I wasn't joking when I said I was going to become extremely rich, because we've still got like 70 odd layers to go down, which includes more diamonds and more gold. Right, so after looking around... Excuse me. I already have pretty much every material I need, apart from a load more slime blocks and a bunch of obsidian. So let's go get them. Now this looks like the beginning of a swamp to me.
I'm Captain Obvious.
And here we go. Being the Minecraft noob that I am, I didn't realize that slimes only spawn when it's nighttime. So as I'm quite impatient, I decided to build this. It's a slime farm that looks really simple to build, but because it's me, it took me about 2 hours. After half an hour of AFKing, this is what we got. The second material we are missing is obsidian. So let's take down one of these towers. Yeah, I'm not going to take down the whole tower because I already spent all day making that slime farm. And I've had to travel over 3,000 blocks just to find a coral reef to get some coral reef fans. I don't even know what they're called. Hopefully I get the right ones. Oh, so you just do this. Yeah, I might be kind of stupid. I was looking from down there. But now I've got a load of fans. I'm pretty sure that's everything. So I want to be able to make 10 TNT flying machines across here. But first, let's see how one does. Wait, how do I turn it on? So that's how much one can do, and that's probably saved me many hours. I wonder what a few more are gonna do. And no longer do I have to wait because I've made 10 more going this way. Let's start them all off and see what they do. That looks so cool. I need to try and get the ores before they blow up, but I need to make sure I don't die at the same time. This is not good. Only 3 of them survived. The other 7 have been blown to bits, and so is my beacon. Do you mind? Thinking about it, it was probably this beacon that actually destroyed everything else because the TNT landed on this and blew them up. So now I've got to go rebuild everything. Nice. So I'm going to take all of these ones down and rebuild them as quick as I can, which means another trip to my slime farm because I need just a few more blocks. And luckily this farm is rapid, which means I didn't have to wait long at all. Just now in the process of testing them all, and that's a good start. And I think after this one, they're all working just fine, which just means I now need to turn them all on at one time, and hopefully they don't blow each other up again. To be honest, I think I might give it a little gap between each one, just so that there's no issues. I guess everything running smoothly couldn't last forever. Alright, roughly an hour later, it should all be cleared now. I'm just worried there's a load of hidden lava underneath there. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's get this show back on the road. With the first section complete, next I took down the TNT machines and built some more a little further up. I then had to rebuild the return stations so that they go back. That's literally what return station means. So that's pretty much the 100 by 100 done. Apart from all of this like random debris in the middle. All of this was caused because of lava. And don't forget about that huge ore tower that we've still got to mine down. I've still got a shulker box full of ores to add on to it. These are the final few blocks. Once these are gone, I will have finally done it. But before I show you guys the finished project, let's add all of this onto the tower, starting with all of the iron. I've got my fortune 3 pickaxe ready. It's time to see how many ores I can get. Okay, I've just taken down 4 layers, and there's 100 layers to go. If there's 100 blocks in every layer, that means I've got to mine 10,000 ores. This is going to be a long day for me. Put all the ores into separate chests, and it's safe to say I've got a lot. We've got over 32 blocks of diamonds, a decent amount of gold, redstone, a lot of iron, a stupid amount of lapis, a bunch of coal, and the copper is just kind of crazy. Literally every chest is full. At the beginning of the episode, I was extremely poor, and now we're rolling in it. With a 100 by 100 area dug down to bedrock too. I have some huge farms in my hardcore world, like this gold farm, my double gunpowder farm, and this iron farm. I'm going to build a lot of automatic farms to make my experience of getting materials so much faster, starting with the easy ones, moving through the difficulty level to some mega farms. Let's start with the sugarcane farm, because I need paper to make fireworks in order to travel around this world and build them all. I think it makes sense to build it in a clear area like this, right next to the gunpowder farms. Now we just got to see if I can remember how to build it. Whack in some super complicated redstone. Cool, so the redstone's working. Now we just need to make this a bit taller. And bam, that is the sugarcane farm fully complete. And I'm pretty sure I used almost all of my glass, saving enough for the next farm. But luckily for me, I'm building a sand farm. That's my travel method ticked off the list. Next up, I need a healthy supply of food. And as I already have the gold farm, I need a better carrot farm. I should have enough sand smelted into glass now for this next farm. And luckily, it doesn't take that many materials, just a load of carrots. I'm going to build it here next to this 100 by 100 perimeter. I've built this farm a number of times, so it should be pretty easy to remember how to do it all. I'm definitely not following a tutorial step by step as I go. farm is ready to go. I just need some workers to make this automatic. Hello, sir. Do you want a better job? That sounded like a no to me. Whilst completing the carrot farm, I had a great idea. I should start my own recruitment agency where the workers do all the work for me. I get paid in materials and they don't get paid at all. Just don't tell them the last part. In other words, I'm going to make a village breeder as they'll be needed for some huge farms that I'm building towards at the end of the video. Like a raid farm that gets me 250,000 items per hour. I'm not joking. It's super overpowered. Now, hopefully if I drop down some carrots, they should share them. This is like the most intense stare down of the century. They're about to throw hands at KSI's next boxing match. What's going on? Yes, the villager's gone down there. Now the baby villager should stay there. And when it grows up, it will get pushed into this corner. And then I'll just push this button. The minecart will pick him up. And I've got my next worker. Now, before I move on to building the next farms, I can't leave this farm looking like this. So step 1, grab a bunch of terracotta. For step 2, I need a bunch of brown mushrooms. Bone meal them into trees. And then take the blocks of silk touch. And step 3, build a giant villager head to hide the farm. That's 3 easy farms ticked off of the list. Let's move to another dimension, as I just realized I don't yet have an Enderman farm. It's like one of the first farms that everyone makes. How have I not done this yet? Now, I definitely shouldn't need a tutorial for this, as I've built this in many videos before. You just wait for hours as the lava reaches the bottom. Next, you add some water so it turns into cobblestone. And when you get to the bottom, you place a leaf, a wiggly leaf, just so you don't fall into the endless abyss that is the void. And if you don't have an elytra, you can make a ladder. Or you can just do it anyway like me. I have an elytra. Why am I not using it? Then you risk your life and you jump back down. Okay, if you don't have an elytra, definitely don't do that. And then you just build out with your 2 stacks of leaves all the way to the end. And just like that, we're 128 blocks away. Next up, you make a 9x9 platform. I think you leave a 3x3 in the middle. Chest goes here with hoppers going into it. Then you add a roof on top of this. Like that. Then comes the easiest part. You literally just put a ring around like this and you do this about 20 times. Finally, I'll fill in the roof. Now we just need an endermite. There we go. Then we add a name tag. Oh my god, I forgot to add the name to the name tag. I've made it back. Please still be here. Of course you're not. Let's go. We got one. I'm going to name you Mr. Endermite because my creativity was really lacking when thinking of a name. Let's get you in there. That should make all these guys angry. That is the Enderman farm done, which I probably won't ever use, but at least I have it. Whilst I'm in the end, I need to get some more shulker boxes to hold the loot and materials for me. So instead of raiding loads of end cities, let's just automate one. That's going to be so annoying working with these guys. So let's go get the materials for that. Ow. Now, the first material on the list is a bunch of smooth stone. So I'm going to start smelting that now. And the other one is a bunch of bamboo. Now, luckily for me, I spawn between about 4 biomes. And there's a load of bamboo in these jungle areas. I wish there was a faster way of smelting stone. Wait, there is. A super smelter, which I'm building later on in the video. Why am I spoiling? So now all of these materials are ready. We can come back to this place and start building this shulker box farm. Now, I definitely will be using a tutorial for this one because I'm not some sort of farm guru. How am I supposed to see what I'm doing? Mojang, hello? Okay, I don't want to have to build this farm ever again. It was an absolute pain, and the tutorial missed materials like armor stands. Now, using this minecart, I'm going to try and get a shulker in. Like I said, I'm going to try and get a shulker in. You slimy. There's so many. Get him. Get him. We got him. Oh, now after a lot of trickery and running away, I seem to have got this guy on the rail. And honestly, these things here have got me on the rails. But it turns out you need to get another minecart to push them. So here goes nothing. Luckily, we had loads of powered rails. Oh, it's stuck on a corner. You're joking. Wait, he's going. He's going. He's going. Come on, buddy. You can make it in there. Now, you should teleport, please. Maybe. So it turns out I was stupid and didn't turn on the activator rail. But the shulker is now inside, which means all I need to do now is avoid getting hit again and turn it on. Yeet. Now I guess we just sit in AFK for about an hour and see what it does. Let's check the results in the farm. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god, no. I put the shulker down the rails. Oh, no. I'm never getting that shulker box back. Oh, no. This has gone all wrong. It's gone all wrong. Come here. Give me my shulker box back. No. There we go. Okay, I think I fixed it. Now it's time for Mission Impossible without getting hit. Please, damn it. I'm gonna try and grab these shulker shells before I get hit again. Oh, man, that's so many. Right, it's time for the Great Escape. Except the Great Escape isn't very great because I don't have any rockets left and I forgot my ender chest which contains them all. I need to decide on what farm I'm gonna build next. To turn these shulker shells into shulker boxes, I need chests. And unluckily for me, I've got no wood. So I bet you can guess what farm I'm gonna build next. A bee farm. Ha! You thought I was gonna say wood farm because I need wood? Got him! See, for a wood farm, you need slime blocks and honey blocks. And because I already made a slime farm in the last episode, all I need now is some of these little guys to help me out. These things are so hard to find, but you know what's not hard? Hitting that subscribe button. Oh, that was so shameless. It's time to build the farm as I have all the materials ready, and I'm gonna build it right around here. Talking of easy farms, it's time to ramp up the difficulty level and make life harder by making more confusing but better rewarding farms. Starting with a wither skeleton farm. But you said we were going to do a wood farm next. Well, you would be right, but with a wood farm I need a lot of bone meal. And what does a wither skeleton farm give me? Bone meal. I have pretty much every material already. I just need turtle egg, bunch of obsidian, and many stacks of nether brick, but I'll get that when I'm there. I actually do need some cobwebs. Take some more obsidian from this tower. What the hell? Oh my god, my heart just dropped. I didn't even look at an enderman. I flew straight here. What's going on? You want to go? Let's go, buddy. There you are. Jeez, what was that guy's problem? Okay, that should definitely be enough. Now I just need to find some turtles, which is easier said than done. Hey, look at that. Couldn't find any, and then I find 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 turtles. Now I just need you all to have a good time. Don't worry, I'm not gonna look. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna steal your egg. I only need 4, but the spares are always good to have. So that's the obsidian, cobwebs, and turtle eggs all collected, along with everything else, which means the last thing we need, a nether brick, and we get them when we get there. My other portal takes me on top of the roof of the nether, so seeing as this one's pretty much built for me, the biome I need to build this farm in for it to work properly will be the warp forest or the soul sand valleys. This is a nether waste biome, so it's not going to work. This one might work though because it's in a soul valleys biome, which means that barely any mobs spawn around here, and we won't have to spawn proof the whole fortress. Now I just need to mine up some nether bricks from this fortress, which wasn't too far away. Bro, I'm gonna lose it with these. Just leave me alone, man, please. Yo, there's so many mobs. I just killed a wither skeleton. The pigman has taken the skull that it dropped. Oh, hello. You're right, my guy. So happy to have finally built this one because beacons just make life in Minecraft so much better. It'll also get me a stupendous amount of bones and coal. Wow, that was a pretty big exaggeration. Stupendous. But overall, this is one of my favorite farms, and now I have one. Now I've acquired all of the honey block, slime block, and bone meal. I can build a wood farm, and I'm gonna build it right around here. But first, I need to tidy up the area. Wait. Pause the video. This is going to take way too long. So instead, I'm going to kill some wither bosses and make a giant beacon. And just like that, I'm done. Now, there's a fair bit of redstone involved, and I'm a redstone wizard, as you guys know. You place this here, another one here, bada bing, bada boom, boom, bop, bop, and that's done. Now I just have to do the same thing on the other side. Next you place this here, these here. That is the wood farm complete, and this thing works like a dream. I was AFK for 10 minutes to see how much I got. That's not bad at all. So with all the wood in the world, let's craft some of these bad boys. Sheesh! Look at all these shulker boxes. Oh my god, there's so many, and I've still got that many shulker shells left and so much wood. What am I going to do with all of these? Funnily enough, I do have something I can use all of these shulker boxes for, but you need to watch until the end of the video to find out. It is cool having this many shulker boxes, but it would be even cooler if we color-coded them all for different things. This produces so many flowers. I can make so many different colors from this. I can use blue shulker boxes for my tools, red for firework, orange for my food, and yellow for sand. Sand. The next 2 farms require a solid amount of glass, and I currently don't have any, so I'm building a sand duper. Watching all this sand fly past makes me so happy. I can't believe I'm never going to have to mine sand again. I mean, at this point, I could probably just... These are the results so far, and they seem pretty underwhelming, right? Well, you'd be wrong. I filled 9 shulker boxes full with sand in just 30 minutes, which is over 20,000 blocks of sand. Great success. Back in the overworld now, and I'm gonna make a bamboo farm next. With the 1.20 update around the corner, apparently they're going to add bamboo wood, so I want to be ahead of the game. And this needed to be 2 blocks deep. Problem solved. Only I could break the machine. Yeah, so I built it one too big on either side, so I can either make it smaller, which is a complete waste of my time, or I can just let the sides grow for aesthetics. Yeah, I think I'll just leave them. I've got a feeling I might need to make the storage system a bit bigger. Yeah, that should do the trick for now. Seeing as I now have coal and bamboo, that's 2 decent fuel sources. But I want to go one better and get blaze rods. And I'm sure most of you would say,
we'll just make an automatic blaze farm.
Well, let me tell you. When I was in the Nether during a previous video, I came across a fortress that had 2 blaze spawners very close together. So instead of just making the 1, I'm going to go all out and make 2. Wow, so impressive, I know. Which is exactly why I've gone out and got double the materials I need. Let's fly through the portal. Okay, that was pretty smooth. And so was remembering to write down the coordinates for this fortress. Issue is, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of blocks away. And finally, we have arrived. Here's 1, and back that way is number 2. Now I need to light it up. Not in the same way that they're lighting me up. I am getting so sick of these blazes, man. Go away, leave me alone. These guys have caused me so much pain and stress. They're finally trapped. I just need to do it again through that wall with the other farm. Alright, so those are the farms built, and when I built this in my creative world, I thought that these were aligned, so it would be really easy to get them into the center, but because they're skewed off a bit, I'm gonna need to go home and get some more glass, and whilst the glass is smelting, I brewed some fire resistance potions, so now I've got the glass, I need to make a sort of tunnel, and I guess it can come out this way. These things are so loud, but basically all of these should go down into there, float down the lava, down to there, and in there. The vines stop them from flying up, and the same should happen on this side. Now I just need to place the lava in and see if it works. After the stress that those bamboo farms caused me, the next farm is not going to include mob. I now have blaze rods, coal, and bamboo for fuel sources. So next up is a super smelter. After mining 10,000 ores at the end of my last video, I spent hours smelting everything using these makeshift contraptions, which definitely aren't the best. I'm genuinely like over the moon right now, and no one's gonna understand why. But literally all of these materials, apart from fence gates and I think comparators, were inside my chests already, which made my life so much easier. The only material I do need to go and search for though is packed ice. It's genuinely taken me longer to find this than it did getting the rest of the materials. I reckon with a little bit of landscaping, this area could be a good place to build it right here. There's not much point of me explaining this build as there's a lot of complex redstone involved. With that being said, all the farms I used are down in the description below. Next, I'm just going to grab the coal blocks from my house and put them all inside the furnaces. It should be fully complete now. So let's test out a full shulker box of sand and see how quick it smelts it all. Okay, now it should be working. I forgot to place down the minecarts with the hoppers in. All the glass just getting pumped out consistently. We love to see it. Oh, yeah, this is so much quicker than user furnaces. That's like 2 stacks in about 30 seconds. Let's go. So that's the super smelter complete, which is technically an automatic farm. It's definitely automatic, so I guess that counts. And it's not the best thing to look at, but eventually I'll put a building over here to make it look better. You might be wondering how I got these light blue carpets for this farm and the Enderman farm that I built earlier. Well, first I had to go find the sheep and breed them for about 30 minutes. So instead of leaving them here, I decided to speed run a wool farm, which would technically be one of the easy farms. And I could have done it earlier, but there it is. So the next farm I'm building is a mega farm, and the material list says I need warped fence gate. And the reason I'm going to build this next mega farm is because I need loads of iron for... Just gave away what the next farm is already. So as I already just said, next I'm making an iron farm, which is right in the middle of the ocean. Place the first block of many right there and start going out about 46 blocks. I don't think I've ever placed this many fence gates in my life. And why are they the warped ones? Oh, it's for holding the lava. If I didn't already look stupid, I definitely do now. I've just spent ages building this redstone contraption, and now the hard part comes. And this farm is going to require a lot of these guys, which means their parents are going to be very busy. But don't worry, I've got a great working environment for them. Safe. And once the villagers get all the way around to the correct pod, there's an activator rail that shoots them off like that. So now he's stuck. Finally have all the villagers in place. There's 21 in total. Now I just need a pillager. The pillager is finally here, so now I just need to push him up the rail, push him back over the activator rail, and he goes nicely into the cauldron. I also gave him a name I know he's gonna love. I followed the build with the standard 1-hour AFK test, and I got just under 2,300 iron ingots. Now, apparently you can make this farm even bigger, but this video is going to be uploaded at some point. But although I'm onto the last farm, the end is not in sight, because it's definitely the biggest one yet. I'm building a raid farm that gets me 250,000 items per hour. The material list is absolutely stacked, but luckily I do have a lot of them lying around. After spending ages crafting and grabbing materials from my chests, I had mostly everything. The last ones were the long ones, which included oxidizing copper and AFK in the honey farm to get 140 plus blocks. I've been putting this farm off for the longest time, but now I have everything. There's only one thing left to do. Let's see what we got. Oh my. So that is every automatic farm built in Minecraft. Well, at least the ones I need. There are some really rare things in Minecraft, but the rarest of them all is the Woodland Mansion, and it doesn't look great. So I'm going to transform one with things like a helicopter and tennis court on the outside, and a huge storage system on the inside, which can store well over 2.5 million items. First of all, I need to find one, which is the hard part. And after many days of searching, there's one approximately 2,000 blocks away, which isn't actually that bad. But the real challenge that I face is fighting all the mobs inside. The Vindicators deal so much damage, so I brought a survival kit with me. I got all of these from the huge raid farm that I built at the end of my last video. Am I a true hardcore Minecraft YouTuber now? Shout out to Sandiction for the design inspiration. Now it's time to clear out the mansion of all the enemies. Thought there was going to be a lot more than this, so I guess I'm probably not going to need any of these anymore. Now the building is clear, I want the surrounding area to be too, so let's start clearing out the terrain. That's one shovel almost dead. Let me grab my... Oh, yeah. I threw it into the void in the last video. Nice. I'm going to head home to fix this shovel and grab a beacon, which I'll activate haste 2 on so that I can finish clearing out the area. So with a repaired shovel and a haste 2 beacon, I spent the next hour clearing the rest of the surrounding area, so eventually I can make a super cool design. That's finally done. The area is clear, the mobs have been removed. Now I can put my 3-step plan into place. Phase 1, I'm going to remove everything inside of the mansion so I can completely change the interior, not just the exterior. Phase 2, I'll transform the area around the mansion, including some awesome features like a swimming pool and a tennis court. Phase 3, we turn this regular mansion into a luxury mansion. Let's get this mansion cleared out. I also forgot that my brightness is turned all the way up past 100%, so I'm going to need to light up this whole entire space to prevent regular mobs like creepers, zombies, and skeletons from spawning. I should probably do the upstairs first, and we'll start in this corner and work our way through. Wait, hold on. As if there's another staircase, there's a whole nother floor. Like, why is there a giant cat made out of wool? And why is there an extra floor? This is gonna take me hours. There are the most random structures inside of this place. Like, how is that even a chandelier? I continued mining all of the random things inside the rooms of the mansion, and I was even more stunned when I found a second giant cat, which takes forever to mine. So I had to head home to get some alternative tools. And those tools are these shears. Wait. I hope you guys didn't think I went all that way just to get a pair of shears. That's so weird. Shears? I actually went to get all this. You guys know I love a bit of dynamite. Yeet. We can set the cat... Oh, no. We can set the cat on fire, but not the walls. Oh, no. I forgot it's a woodland mansion, not just a mansion. Oh, no. We've got a massive problem. The whole thing is on fire. Please, water, work for me. At this rate, the whole thing is going to burn down. This is not going to plan. So that didn't go to plan. I won't be using flint and steel for the rest of this project. That's for sure. Huh? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Here, you can take it. This is already half destroyed, so I may as well get rid of it. Alright, that top layer took way too long, and I've still got 2 floors to clear out, which are way bigger. So I think it's time for some controlled demolition. I'll start off in the middle room so that we don't blow up the walls, because I do want to keep the structure of the mansion the same. Let's see what this can do. Few walls needed repairing, as did the roof and the floor too. Okay, I might have let things get a little too carried away, but to be fair, we don't want any birch in here, so the roof, the middle layer, and the floor can all go. And that TNT has probably saved me many hours of mining everything out, so I'm going to get rid of the rest of this as quick as I can. This place looks super weird without a floor, and there's a bunch of mobs here, so I should probably get to work on building a floor and lighting the place up. I'm going to randomly place down a load of oak and dark wood to see how it looks. I'm under heavy fire. Where's a creeper? Come this way, buddy. Yeet. Yeah, maybe not. Let's take care of this real quick. When am I going to realize that using the same joke over and over again isn't funny? Using this much wood requires a trip to the wood farm. And now I can carry on. The floor definitely looks better than what it was previously. Now I need to make a layout for the interior. First things first, I want to move the entrance round to this side. So let's fill this one in and put the new one here. I just did a quick run back home to repair my stuff and grab all of these shulkers, which are full to the brim of materials. Now I just need to use them, and I'm going to start by building a circular aquarium all the way to the ceiling as the centerpiece. Put some slabs around the outside and then tower up using glass. Then I've got to make a temporary floor to enable me to put all of the water in. Now if we remove this, it should all flow to the bottom. And finally, add in the axolotls that I found in episode 1. There we have it, but it just doesn't feel quite right. Yeah, I guess that looks a little bit better. And luckily, I've got 3 shulkers full of dark oak planks and logs, so I doubt chests are going to be a problem. I don't think you guys are ready to see how many chests I just crafted. I do need a bunch of hoppers though, so luckily I bought enough iron with me. All right, so I've marked the layout for the chests and the storage system, and as you can see, it's going to be pretty big. That amount of chests might not even be enough, and there's only one way to find out, so let's get started on building the storage system. Next, I built up the pillars in the corners. Yeah, they definitely need to be made bigger. They look way too small. For the middle parts, I want to design them with leaves and glowstone, as if I'm back in 2012. And above the chests, I'm going to place the blocks there inside. Now, where was I? Leaves. Glowstone. Random blocks. And we're back. As you can tell, I'm not the best builder, but just wait until the end of the video because the final result is really impressive, even for someone like me. After collecting tons of blocks from my house, I've ordered what's going to go inside which chest. We've got an overworld section, a wood section, nether section, wool section, and an essential section. But for some reason, I didn't think to have enough chest allocation for things like stairs, slabs, and fence gates, trapdoors, repeaters, redstone dust, glowstone dust, colored glass. It's embarrassing how long it's taken me, but just like that, I've got a second floor in place. But there's one tiny problem. I can't reach. So to get to the second floor, I'm going to make a spiral staircase that joins in the middle. And with the interior almost finished, I'm going to top it all off by building a chandelier. And bam, the interior is complete. And yes, that did take longer than expected as well, because I had to go all the way to the end just to get end rods. Anyway, now I can focus on the outside, and first things first, I want to remove all of this stone, because what mansion doesn't have a nice lawn outside? Well, mine at the moment. After waiting for the remainder of the dirt to turn to grass, the first thing that I want to build is a swimming pool, and I'm going to do it around here. I think I should make it pretty big as it's outside a pretty big mansion. Now, I don't want to just leave it as one big pit, so I am going to try and shape it. Now I'm going to use smooth quartz blocks for the walls, just to give it that luxury, sort of expensive look. And to make it less straight, I'm going to try and turn this into a jacuzzi in the corner. Something like that will do. Then I'm going to make some slabs for the stairs to get into the pool. And I should probably fill in the floor, because I wouldn't go swimming in a pool with dirt and stone and coal at the bottom. And now I feel like I've been hit by a flashbang. Now using just one singular bucket, I'm going to try and fill that whole pool in. You alright, guys? You don't live here anymore. There's been a few changes. I'm now going to add an area made out of sandstone for deck chairs and umbrellas, etc. Yo, buddy, I know I took your house, but it's not that bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. They did it. What are these guys doing in my swimming pool? You know what? I won't kill these guys for a change. Psych.
Got me.
That's the swimming pool area complete, and I have to say, it's looking very nice. Now, for the next build, I want to build something that really shows off that this is a mansion for rich people. You can't just travel around by foot. I wouldn't even say you can travel around by car. I'm going to build a helipad with a chopper on top of it. Pretty sure the H on the pad is always yellow, so to prove I'm a baller, I'm going to use gold blocks. Now I just need a helicopter. I know some of you guys seem to think I'm actually good at building, but I followed a tutorial for this because I'm clearly not that good. So shout out to the guy that made this tutorial. Link is in the description if you want to build it too. Next up, I went ahead and built a tennis court because it felt like a fun thing to build. And I also built a seat for an umpire to referee any ongoing matches. There's a big clear area between the tennis court and the helipad. Now I want to try and build a fountain here. Oh my, I couldn't even build a circle. I'm actually going to try and be big brain for once and line up the center of the helipad in line with the center of the tennis court and somehow build this thing. I'm going to start out by making a circle. And it looks like this one actually matched up this time. Nice. Going to add some grass around the outsides. Now I need to fill it all in. Build the structure in the center. Build it up even more. Have the water flow down from it. And that is the fountain complete. With these 3 things built now, I'm going to build some pathways to connect them all together, because how can you have a helicopter, a tennis court, and a fountain, but not a pathway? Now, the best method I know of is to literally just go ham with the shovel. And now I'm just going to start out by randomly placing blocks. And hopefully it should piece together like a random looking stone gravel pathway. It might seem messy now, but just wait until all the blocks are in place. I've tried to do it as sporadically and messy as I could, but to be fair, I'm pretty happy with it. To complement the pathway, I'm adding in some street lamps to keep it all lit up. Then around the lamps and pathway, I'm placing down some leaves to create bushes. Finally, you can't beat running around with some bone meal, letting it do all of the remaining gardening work for you. Now this is what I'm talking about. With the outside all decorated, the inside furnished, we're ready for phase 3, transforming the mansion. The block palette will mainly consist of stone bricks and stripped oak logs, which thanks to my last video, I have an unlimited supply of. And pretty much every chest here is still full to the brim with materials like this. Spending forever mining a 100 by 100 area down to bedrock definitely did have some upsides. All right, with everything ready, at least I think that's everything, I can get started with this transformation. And the first side I'm going to do is probably this side, and I'm just going to start tearing it out. I'm honestly just taking the wood out for now, and I'm relying on these cobblestone walls to evenly spread out the dimensions or something like that. This side being fully taken out looks so strange. I think I'm going to start out by pretty much filling the whole of this side in with the stripped oak planks. Then these bits can be the pillars, and the window frames can all go inside here. I've run out of the stripped oak logs, so I'm going to have to use regular oak logs and then strip them as I go. I feel like this actually looks like a building site, like the windows have all been boarded up, but I have some optimism. Next, I'm going to mine these blocks in between so it doesn't look like one giant box, and then I can go around and carve out all of the windows. They do seem pretty high, but on the inside, it's about right. Next, I need to find my glass panes. Not sure why I'm not using this giant storage system I just built. Then I think to add some more to the pillars, I want to use some chiseled stone brick and some stone brick walls. Now this is probably going to be the tricky part, and that is trying to find a wood that blends with the strip oak. And I don't think dark oak's actually the worst option. Going to fill around the edges with some more dark oak planks. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's a bit more like it, but these pillars now look out of place, so I might have to push them back one, but keep the center one. Okay. The idea's there, but these colors just don't go. And I don't think dark oak's actually the worst option. Let's see what spruce looks like. Yeah, that's definitely the better option. With the design improved, I removed the stripped oak logs and copied the design in each segment until this first side was complete. There's the first of 4 sides finished. To be fair, I should get quicker every time now, and I just need to do that all the way around. This design is nice, but it's so repetitive. I just did some quick maths, and once I finish the smaller sides, that's 28 window segments. I would hate to be the window cleaner of this mansion. 28, that's a little crazy. Maybe for the back segments, I'll put in a few, but leave a section without a window. I mean, there's only redstone behind it anyway. After spending what feels like an eternity finishing up the 2 side walls and the back wall, I have just one left, and it can't just be basic. I need to add in a nice entrance too. So first of all, I've got to mine all of this out, just like this. I'll keep the theme the same, but obviously not add in any more windows. Now to detail the walls, and yes, I couldn't resist but add in some window frames here and there. But now that's done, all 4 sides of the mansion have been transformed. Now I can move on to the very final part of the transformation, and that is to change up the roof design. I'm honestly just going to play around with some stairs, slabs, maybe blocks too. But if I do this little design right here, all the way around, it's going to look very nice. And And that's done, which means I've completely transformed the woodland mansion to look like this, with a tennis court, swimming pool, helicopter, and huge storage system inside. I transformed the overworld into the nether in my Minecraft hardcore world, building every nether biome and giving the portal a well-needed upgrade. To make this thing actually look great, we've got to start at step 1, which is to collect all the materials from the nether, which I'm going to cover this mountain with, which is pretty much just netherrack and soul sand. But since the nether update blessed us, we now have nicer looking biomes like the warped forest and the crimson forest. We're not just stuck with lava everywhere. And I guess I'll build one of those super annoying basalt deltas biomes too. I would really like to know who came up with that name. These pickaxes have definitely seen better days, and I've filled all 9 of these shulker boxes. So now it's time to begin phase 1. I'm going to completely cover this mountain with netherrack, and maybe even disconnect these sides here so it's one big island. This should be enough blocks, at least I hope so. And it seems like this is going to be really easy. But I do have a feeling like with everything I do in this world, it's going to take much longer than anticipated. Time to find out. This is just over 1 full shulker box of netherrack placed down. It looks like I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I can't go anywhere without these guys following me, can I? That's 3 shulker boxes of netherrack placed down, and I've got 4 more before I run out and have to go get more. It's getting super boring and repetitive placing down this much netherrack, but my motivation remains strong because I know that the end result is going to look absolutely insane. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Now these are the final blocks I'm going to place down, which means I need to go back through that portal to get a bunch more. The mountain is roughly 25% covered, and that was after using 6 shulker boxes of netherrack, so I feel like 9 will probably be more than enough to cover the rest. And there's not much else to do apart from mine for the next few hours, but I actually just had an insane idea. Instead of mining at Y level 63 for a load of netherrack, why don't I mine at Y 15? Because then I have the chance of getting netherite. I mean, I don't really need netherite, but a little more never hurt nobody. And instead of using that ancient debris for myself, I can use it to detail the inside of the mountain. Just like that, I found 2 pieces already. You love to see it. And the nice thing is, I don't even need to feel the pressure of finding ancient debris because I'm out for 9 shulkers full of netherrack, which means if I do find any, it's purely just a bonus. I got a solid amount of ancient debris considering it was only a short trip for some netherrack, and I found an empty shulker in my ender chest which I filled, and I've now got 10 full shulker boxes full of netherrack, which surely has to be enough, right? I mean, with 10 shulker boxes full of netherrack and these 3 here full of other stuff, it should definitely be more than enough. Alright, so 10 shulkers proved to be enough. I've still got about 8 stacks left. Next up, I need to add something more than netherrack. Got enough to make some warped and crimson forests. I also got a ton of soul sand and soul soil. And I can also add in some gold ore and some quartz too. I'm going to start with some warped mycelium and literally just place it everywhere. It sounds really weird when you place it. It's like dirt with like a hint of something else. But I gotta be honest, I really like this color. I wonder why. I'm starting to realize it was probably pointless placing all this netherrack down because I'm gonna put this on top of it anyway. Whilst placing this down, I should probably add some warped fungus so the trees grow organically, if they actually do. And I guess warped roots are like the equivalent of the grass. I've run out already, and that's all that I've done. I want to make this quite a large area, so time to go back to this place. Oh, I may as well empty it and just fill up a full shulker box so I don't have to come back. Even then, it probably won't be enough still. I've completely desolated this biome, and if it wasn't for the trees, you'd have no idea this used to be a warped forest. All right, mate, it seems you've got something that I want. And you, buddy. Thank you. Now I've filled up 2 shulkers worth of warped mycelium. I may as well find a crimson forest because 10 stacks of that evidently isn't enough. And it's just long coming in and out of the nether all the time. Once I found the crimson forest, I did exactly the same as I did in the warped forest. All right, so it's time to get to work on expanding these biomes. And they're usually right next to each other. So I need to make them big enough to cover a good section of this mountain. Then I'll leave other biomes like the basalt deltas and soul sand valleys for the inside, which is going to look insane. Well, Well, it does in my head at least. Now I'll place down some crimson nylium, and it just hit me that it's nylium, not mycelium. The comments on this video are going to be fun. And these saplings don't grow organically because this isn't the nether. So I'm going to bone meal them to make trees. Then on the third section, I'm going to add in quartz and gold blocks to make it look better and more like a never waste biome. A very rich looking never waste biome, that's for sure. And this is how it's ended up looking so far. These biomes usually have a lot of trees, not that big, but I think I need to plant a few more. And after about an hour's worth of work, this is where it's at. Next up, I want to mine a big entrance in the center and hollow a lot of this mountain out, which means I guess you could say with the exterior done, we're officially on to phase number 2, which is the interior. Now there's quite a few things left on the list of what I want to do, so I'll quickly run through them whilst I mine all of this out. Inside the mountain, there'll be a huge drop where there's a lava lake below. To get across to the new portal, I'm going to build a hanging bridge, and then to decorate the inside, I want to have a basalt valleys biome and a basalt deltas. I've definitely 100% underestimated the size of this task. That would have been done a lot faster if I used a beacon, but I decided to do it the hard way, like usual. For some reason, I don't think this is big enough. Like, it has potential, but I want it to blow your socks off. Not literally. No one wants cold feet. So let's make this entrance a bit bigger. That should be good enough for the entrance. Now here comes the difficult part. Using enough TNT to make an awesome looking cave, but also not blowing up what I've just spent hours and hours doing. So let's see what I can do. Honestly, it's probably going to be quicker if I just get a beacon, like I should have done in the first place. But before I go to the Wither Skeleton Farm to get another one, let's see what this will do. Nice. Ten beacons might be a bit too much, but before I place any down, I've got a little bit more TNT that I'm going to use and try and blow all this up. It's done decent damage, but to be honest, I think my own mining skills with a beacon would definitely clear this out faster. And you might be thinking this is a lot to mine out, but having haste 2 will definitely help. Yeah, I never built these beacons right first time. What is this? Alright, all done. And all of that for just one beacon. So the other 9 were pretty pointless. Anyway, now I can start working on caving out the cave, because that just did make sense. I can start carving out the cave to make it look a bit more natural, so it's not just 3 flat walls. Now it's time to get rid of the floor. What planet was I on when I thought that mining this by hand would be quicker than just blowing it all up with TNT? Please let me know. It definitely wasn't this planet, but I'm going to see how much I can get done with 4 pickaxes. That is a decently large section of the floor mined down. And whilst mining that, I kept getting flashbacks of mining this thing all the way down to bedrock. That was stupid. So to prevent boredom, I checked the chest underneath the creeper farms, grabbed some sand, and crafted as much TNT as possible. Yeah, I caved in. Now I have 9 stacks of TNT and a dream. The dream being that this place is removed a lot quicker than I ever could have by hand. Definitely not going to need all of this. But first things first, I should probably get rid of the beacon like that. And now it's time to have some fun with all of this. I wonder what would happen if I loaded this whole little cave with TNT. Alright, that's 3 stacks placed down in there. And that's probably enough to destroy my PC. Holy. Alright, that's good though. I like that. And my PC didn't die, so it's time to use the rest of what I crafted. And this cave is next. Right, this seems to have done a solid amount of demolition, and I'm kind of happy with the way it all looks, apart from the fact there's a massive mosh pit full of mobs right now. I reckon a few altercations by hand to bring this down a little bit, and it'll be all good. It's time to bring back the beacon, and I'm pretty sure that these are really rare now. Are you guys mad yet? That's not even funny, I don't know. I've done a bit more mining and a lot of this space is cleared out now. So that means I've got to cover roughly the top 75% of this cave with netherrack. Not as if I haven't done any of that already. And we all know how long that took. So... yeah, I really wish it was that quick to cover all this in netherrack, when in reality I had to place all of this by hand, and I didn't actually have enough netherrack, so I had to go back to the nether to go get more than once. But this is how it looks now, and after probably 2 solid days of trying to get it all done, it looks kind of awesome. So to complete the interior of the mountain, next up I'm building a Soul Valleys biome, and also a Basalt Deltas one too. When collecting the netherrack earlier in the video, I picked up what should be more than enough soul sand and soul soil. I really don't know the difference, so I guess I'll just start by filling in the area with a mixture of the two. It sounds like my soul's been taken out every time I place a block. What is this? Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. I'm gonna try some soul soil next. And you don't actually slow down when you're on it. Now, according to Google, soul soil has a bit more internal structure, making it easier to walk across. You won't slow down when you're on top of it, and it also doesn't create boring. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's that then. Now I can add some bone blocks in funny shapes like these. And I'm pretty sure if I use flint and steel to get the ground on fire, it will turn blue. Ooh, yeah, just like that. And that has to be the easiest biome out there to build. I now find myself back in the nether looking for a Basalt Deltas biome because I need the blocks for it. Otherwise, how else would I build it? I say the most obvious things sometimes. Looks like I might have struck gold over here. Yeah, there's plenty of basalt over here and black stone and stuff. I should be good. I could also do with collecting as much lava as I can. And after looking at this huge lava lake, I'm going to need a lot more than just 17 buckets. I turned my sights to a bastion remnant, and as I was permanently borrowing their blocks of the structure, I got pretty lucky. I'll happily accept a notch apple, but it's pretty pointless if I'm about to die, so it's time to get out of here. Okay, they all know I'm here now. It's time to leave. But before returning to the overworld, I need to collect enough nether bricks from this fortress, and hopefully I can do this without being disturbed by blazes, wither skeletons, and every other mob under the sun. Feels like I've been mining forever, so this will have to do. And now I'm back in the overworld. I first want to place down lava from the roof of the cave. That looks pretty nice, and I think I'll add one more on the side of the mountain. Here's a spoiler of how nice this is going to look with shaders on, but this is nothing compared to the end product. I thought the lava looked so great, I wanted to add some on the inside until a creeper disrupted my plans, but I fixed up the hole it made and placed lava on the inside, letting it flow all the way to the bottom, so that it would eventually look like this. Once again, I'm out of lava, and I don't have to go back and forth to keep getting more, but I do have to go one more time because I genuinely do have no lava at all, and this is hopefully the last time I have to do this. So let's start this thing off and see how many we get.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not gone to plan, has it? A creeper just had to attack me from behind, didn't it? Nice. But after roughly 10 minutes, this is how much I got, which should cover enough of the biome I'm trying to build. But for phase 3, absolutely no chance. So I'm thinking around here we build some sort of like mountain hill looking things, like a small pathway through here. Fill this part of the lava in, and then put some of these blocks in the gaps like so. Add in some blackstone. Make these areas taller. Whack in some magma blocks around the edges to blend with the lava. Try not to burn myself. Use a ton more basalt. And pretty much just repeat the same process. And finally add some more lava in to make it a bit more intimidating. I can't lie, it feels kind of weird using all this lava whilst it's raining. Like, this just doesn't make sense. Now, finally, before I finish all the lava in this little lake here, which has already taken me way too long and will continue to take me a long time, I want to build a basalt pillar all the way to the roof because they're pretty much everywhere in the nether, I think. I feel like it's a little bit too close to that lava stream coming for the roof. Will you guys shut up? So I should probably move it. Yeah, Yeah, I am a lot happier with that compared to where it was before. Might be slightly too big, but you know what? It's staying the way it is. Now, the very last thing for phase 2 to be completely complete, I need to learn to get better at talking. But the very last thing for this to be 100% complete is to add glowstone to the roof. And just like in the nether, I'm pretty sure it's just sporadically placed like a massive clump. And then if I replace some of the netherrack with quartz and gold blocks, that is the inside of the mountain complete with the basalt deltas biome, the soul valleys biome, and a pretty decent transformation overall. But now that's done, we can move on to phase 3, and this one's a pretty big one.
That's what she said.
So I'm gonna need a decent amount of glass and orange dye, maybe more than just the one. Then get some more flowers from this farm, which is extremely loud. All right, this farm is absolutely insane. Look at all of this stuff on the floor and look at my invent. I've got so many wheat seeds, so many yellow flowers and red ones, which is perfect because red and yellow makes orange. Let's get to building. But first we gotta get some orange glass. I'm not sure how to exactly curve this around. Let's just give it a go. I thought that was going to end up much worse, but I don't hate it. I'll get rid of this little like mountain thing here though, and that way I can carry on going through here. Now I've put the glass away to come and grab some dirt, because although this may upset you, I am just going to fill in the layer below the water, because if I had to drain all of this out and fill the whole thing down there with lava, I might go a little bit insane. Whilst placing all of this dirt, I had to take care of a few enemies that were trying to interrupt me. And in the process, I got one of these. I think getting a trident as a drop is pretty rare anyway, but to get all these enchantments too, goddamn. Almost certain I left my sponges, yep, inside one of the shulker boxes. Now I need to section this off so that the sponges actually work. Because if I just place one here, it all floods straight back in. Invisible blocks. Hello? Finally, the water has been cleared. Now I just need to take care of these imposters. Now, this next part would have taken me a lot longer to figure out what was the best way of filling all of this with lava. But luckily for me, my friend Ezy made a lava pool in his hardcore world, and he found that using dirt lines with a gap in between, placing lava on each side, was the best method. So, cheers, bro. It's starting to dawn on me now just how many lava buckets I'm going to have to use, and that lava farm is not going to be enough. So all that talk about not having to go back through the nether portal again, well, it was pretty pointless, wasn't it? Now, ideally, I want to fill about 3 shulkers full of empty buckets to make them lava buckets, obviously, to get as much done at once as possible, because this is going to take hours, believe me. Instead, I'm going to add another 3 just to get even more done. This is how the shulkers all look before, and this is how they'll look after once I've filled them with lava. Now, let's see how much we can get done with what we just collected. And that is 6 shulker boxes of lava placed down. Gonna be doing this for a long time. After what feels like hours worth of placing lava and then going to get more lava and then placing lava and then going, you get the point. I'm about 50% of the way through placing all the lava. I wish there was some way someone could help me, but the only way I can see fitting is if you hit that subscribe button. Do it. This is painful. Please subscribe. I need those because if I don't have lava buckets, how else am I going to torture you guys for hours making you watch me place all this down? Should we just skip to the good part? Yeah, right. You guys thought I was just going to skip ahead with the edit and save you guys time. And yeah, this is way too boring for you guys to watch, which includes time lapses too. Wait. I was going to do a really cool transition to show off what I've done so far. Now I've completed. And then I see this. What is going on? Nice try, buddy. I'm putting off the grand reveal because it doesn't quite look ready yet. I promise I will show you guys. But I first needed a ton more netherrack, and you'll soon see why. Because I need to fill in the sides of this lava lake. Otherwise, it would just look super weird. And the last thing I want to do is mine out a chunk of this wall. Why? Well, this is pretty much the nether now. So the last thing I need is the portal. So we're going to... I forgot I don't have a beacon. This is going to take longer than I expected, like everything else. Now I've got to cover the back wall and the exposed stone with netherrack, otherwise it will just look like the overworld. And using all of the nether brick that I collected earlier, I'm going to try and build a nether fortress platform, walkway. I don't really know what they're called, but I'm going to try and build one anyway. Turns out collecting all of these nether bricks was completely pointless because I don't need them. But what I do need is obsidian, and I've only got 11. Now let's turn this thing into a portal. And then now with one of these. And there you have it. I transformed the overworld into the nether. Well, part of it anyway. I built every biome in Minecraft hardcore. It starts off easy with biomes like the plains and a village, but by the end of the video, I'm risking my entire hardcore world. Now, according to everyone who's done this video before, there are roughly 63 biomes, but we can tick off 5 straight away because I built this in the last video, and we can slash that number from 63 down to 35 because some of them are just ridiculous. I mean, come on. I'm not going to build 9 different oceans. First of all, we need to make sure this area is in supreme condition, so I'm going to remove this small strip of land because it would definitely look better without it. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. With that out of the way, I'm going to turn all of this into concrete. Now I'll start dividing up all the sections. As you can see, each one will contain a different biome, some with multiple. For example, the snow section will have the snow plains and the icy tundra. Now, after seeing that graphic, there's probably no point of me going around all of this island with the red concrete because 1, I'm going to need a lot more, and 2, it would take forever. Let's start off with the biomes that are super easy. For example, the plains biome. Bro, I'm sorry, I think everyone knows the plains biome. It's pretty plain. You know I had to make
Why are you the
joke.
way that
Come
you
on.
are?
And all I really need to change around here in this section is this stone and gravel in the ground because that's not in the normal plains biome. Whilst that grows, I'll get rid of these trees. And then use bone meal to get some grass and flowers everywhere. That's how they typically look, just without the giant villager's head. Nope, I am not doing it. I am not removing the villager head for the sake of a biome. So instead, I'm going to build a mini village around it because you actually can find those in the plains biome. Right now, I've got to try and actually build one of these houses. So let's just give it a go. This sort of represents my building skill level, as I think that's pretty much how it goes. But I need windows. Luckily, there's a village literally just over here. Okay, this one's more complex. This isn't a regular village house. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Just steal those windows. Okay, so I just added in the windows, put a few more planks in the roof, and this is the design I'm gonna go with. Super complex. I know. With the houses now up, I built some crop farms, which included an assortment of wheat seeds and carrots. Then as a centerpiece, I built a well, which I'd never built before, but it's a default village. It was super easy. Then to spruce up the area, I added in some hay bales. And the most crucial part of every village, a bell. Then lastly, I'll connect everything using pathways. And yes, the houses are empty because all of the villagers are being held captive. I mean, having a really great time inside of here. Anyway, that's a plains biome and a village biome. Yep, I'm counting that. Both of those biomes are done, which means we're now up to 7 out of 35 biomes complete. Time to pick up the pace. Next, I'm going to move on to a desert biome. So I'm going to grab some of these shulkers, head to the sand duper, collect some cacti along the way. Try to remember how to work this thing, and then fill them all up with sand. With a bunch of shulker boxes, I can just place it all over this hill. And the creeper farms aren't going anywhere because I don't fancy building them again anytime soon. But what do you use with sand to get TNT? Exactly. So these can stay right where they are. This is what it looks like after dumping 2 shulkers worth onto the island. And I'm pretty sure that sheep don't belong in the desert and they're also in my way. So it's time to deal with them the best way that I know how. was so sick. It's probably not a good thing that I got enjoyment from that, but oh well. And if you think I'm insane for that, just wait until the end of the video because the finished project is absolutely mind-blowing. And in order to get to the finished project, we need to finish off this desert biome as quick as possible. I chose the worst place to place sand, didn't I? Let's get some cacti placed down. That took a lot longer than I ever could have expected, but that is the desert biome complete. Up next, I'm going to tick off a few biomes passively. Now, what I mean by that is, for a forest to be a forest, it needs trees. And I've got a bunch of saplings, and they all grow on grass. I mean, what else would they grow on? So next to the wood farm, I'm going to place down a bunch of oak saplings for the oak forest. Next door will be the dark oak. Next to that will be a jungle, a savanna by the super smelter. And then back towards the village, I'm going to build a birch forest. You can't place saplings on stone, so they'll have to grow on grass instead. There's really not many exciting things to say about placing oak saplings, but here I am.
Boring.
I obviously don't want to build them too close to this part because that's a TNT duper and it'll blow the trees up, and we don't want that. Is it just me or are these small trees really annoying? No hate against small things, but come on, man. That's more like it. All right, that's starting to look pretty good. But if I was a Minecraft enchantment right now, I'd probably be efficiency level 0. Because instead of wasting all the bone meal on growing the trees, they can do that themselves. So why don't I place the saplings for this biome, then do it for the other biomes? I think I'm onto something. Now we move on to the spruce. Oh yeah, I just completely forgot. If you place 4 saplings, it builds this tree and this sort of like ground. Is it called the podzol? Apparently it's called that. You guys can let me know in the comments what that is. But that looks so much better with the land like that in the spruce biome. Slash, oh, I guess we can count this as another biome. Now it's time to place down some birch trees, everyone's absolute favorite. Personally, I don't hate birch wood. It's just not my favorite. If I had to put on a tier list, it'd probably be somewhere in the middle. Where would you guys rank it? Now let's get some dark oak trees placed down. And these are usually placed pretty close together, so I'll just spam a load of quadrants of saplings, as well as acacia ones too. Next, I need to chop down some nearby jungle trees to get the saplings, and I also need some more bamboo. Then if we place these behind the desert biome, it should be the last forest that I need to place down. For the bamboo, I'm pretty sure I just spread it around like this. Now all the saplings are placed. Let's grab some bone meal from the wood farm. And hello? I've heard of invisible blocks. There we go. Invisible trees? I don't think so. Now I can bone meal the saplings that haven't yet grown. And I never knew you could do this, but you can actually bone meal the bamboo. I guess you could say I've been bamboozled. Okay, I'll stop. But eventually, once I've bambooed enough of this bamboo, I've just said, oh my. Once I've bone mealed enough bamboo, eventually we end up with forests looking a little bit like this. I don't want to show off too much just yet, because after completing those 8 forest biomes, we have run into a little bit of a problem. Because I actually need to find the biomes like mangrove swamps, coral reefs, the ice spikes, which I should probably take a screenshot of one of these because I'm going to forget exactly how to build it. So now with these blocks acquired, we can start building more biomes before going to get more blocks, which are going to take much longer. This is probably the perfect spot for the coral reef because if you look from above, the ocean is the same sort of color a coral reef would be. So if I get rid of this, I can probably just start spamming all these blocks down. Seems as though these fish are liking it, but we're not done yet because I need to place some of these fans all over the place. I don't think color matching is really necessary. I think we just place them anywhere. And then finally, everyone's favorite, the sea pickles. I don't even know what these do, to be honest. After adding in some sand around the sides, this is what the coral reef is looking like. The next biome is going to be the mangrove swamp, the newest addition to Minecraft. So I need to cover the area in mud. See guys, not all of us Minecraft YouTubers are cold-blooded serial killers to these wandering traders, but he doesn't have any good trades.
Oh no.
Now I've just got to plant some of these I'm not even going to try. Yo, what? Yo, these trees are on stilts. Anyway, after planting some more of those, the next biome is going to be the snowy plains, which is going to be the same as the regular plains, just with some snow. Originally, I was going to make it over here next to the desert, but that makes no sense. A desert next to a snow plains.
Huh?
Now, although it looks like you've been hit with a flashbang, it's snow and it's plain. So that's my snowy plains. The difference between the snowy plains and the icy tundra is literally pools of water covered in ice. So if I can make this cool little looking cave look like a river that's been frozen over like that, and maybe make another one here. Then if I pull up that screenshot again and just try my best to make a big ice spike, then make a few more of these, and then fill this part of the ocean. We got a frozen ocean. Now, I just used a lot of snow and packed ice, but let's unpack what biomes I just built. Right here, I've got the snowy plains next to an icy tundra. And because there's ice spikes at the back, that's an ice spike biome. I covered some of the ocean, not much, but some with ice, which makes a frozen ocean. Then as there's a sort of mountain, we've got the snowy slopes. And shamelessly, I got some snow and placed it on the sand that was next to the shore. And that's a snowy beach. So overall, I just built 6 biomes in this area. Very nice. Now I'm going to switch out from the cold biomes back to the warmer biomes, because the Badlands is up next, and there's one literally right over here, which means getting the blocks is going to be nice and easy. It might be easy getting them, but it's taking ages. So to speed things up, I need to lay down a beacon and activate haste 2 to save myself some time, or I'm going to be here all day. I'm going to place this down first before the other blocks, as it should blend nicely into the desert biome. And there seems to be a sort of like color scheme going on. So if I try and memorize this, first of all is normal terracotta, and I'll place it on the bottom section right here. Then once I've placed enough of this on the bottom, I can break what I've just placed and replace it with orange, which adds some nice depth. And then I'm going to place down some yellow too. Next up, I need my light grey and white terracotta. Such a weird word, terracotta. Then whilst making the normal terracotta a little bit taller, I can add in some more orange. And then once this is tall enough, we can do another one of these light grey and white layers. And it's all starting to piece together nicely. Yeah, I'm starting to like this a lot now. I've just got to fill this whole hill with normal terracotta. And we're almost done. And I've run out. Good job I left this here. Collected red terracotta too, so I may as well make use of it. Then the last thing to do is to just spam down dead bushes, because in these biomes they're absolutely everywhere. And here's a look at the finished Badlands biome. There is a small cave at the bottom of the hill, and for that I have an idea, which requires another visit to the Badlands, because I'm going to steal these rails and all of the blocks in here. Now I'm going to sponge some of the water to make it shallower before building the mine shaft itself out of dark oak wood planks and fences, cobwebs, and the chest that everybody loves finding. However, this one doesn't include an enchanted golden apple. Did you guys seriously think I would waste something so rare on a chest? Come on now. With the Badlands and mine shaft added to the collection of biomes we've built, that's 26 completed, leaving us with just 10 left. Now you might think that's a great feeling, but I'm well aware that the hardest biome to find and the most dangerous one in the game are both still on the list. The easiest biome that I've got left is the stony peaks. And I've got a ton of stone, so this should be kind of simple. I wish there was a way of speeding things up, just like that. Then I'm going to add some ores in to detail it. With the stony hills now done, we turn our attention to this patch of grass, and we're going to need some gravel, because up next is the gravelly hills. Now, I don't have much gravel, but it's enough to be able to duplicate. This might be a bit overkill though. 5 shulkers worth of gravel. So complete this section of biomes just like the Badlands. Underneath, I'm going to build a dripstone cave. I've got some left over in my chest, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. So we'll start placing them down. I want to clear some more water out of here so I've got more space for the spikes. Well, the amount I had definitely wasn't enough because I'm going to cover most of this cave and I've not even started with the ceiling yet. So it's time to find another dripstone cave. Well, this didn't take too long to find. Luckily, there was a dripstone cave just around the corner from where I live, which allowed me to get a ton of blocks and cover the inside of this cave with them. Sticking with the theme of caves, I want to make this area an amethyst geode and lush cave. And luckily for me, I'm pretty sure that there's an amethyst geode at the bottom of this 100 by 100 area I dug all the way down to bedrock. Bullseye. Everyone always says it, but that sound is just so satisfying. I'm going to take all this calcite too because it breaks really quickly. And I'm pretty sure I've seen this block, the smooth basalt, right above me when I was flying down here. I'm really starting to hate this noise now. My ears are ringing, so repetitive. So let's switch it up and go look for a lush cave. And I could be looking for a very long time unless I'm somehow very lucky because these things aren't all that common. Oh, like I've been looking forever. And wait, I'm pretty sure they spawn underneath these. They say never dig straight down in Minecraft, but I want those blocks. Aha, here we go. I don't know what that noise was, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. And I don't actually need to get that much because you can bone meal this moss and it just like transforms these blocks into moss. Very nice. Just realized I was wasted all of my time using a shovel because a hoe does it in literally no time at all. First up is the amethyst biome. So let's get this really repetitive sound out the way again. I feel like I can make a song out of this. And then once I place down enough of this on top, I can use this calcite as the sort of like block that blends in with the water. Otherwise, there was really no point in me getting this block. With the amethyst biome done, I can move on to the lush cave biome. Forgot what it was called for a minute there. And like I said before, I'm pretty sure if I put some bone meal on it. Yes, it does. I'm going to fill these bits in. Then everything else should just be done for me. That's the amethyst biome and the lush cave biome done between the coral reef and the mangrove swamp. And did you guys know that when you run along the amethyst blocks, it actually makes noise? I sure didn't. Now, before going on a huge adventure, I want to transform this lake slash river. It's a lake, not a river, because it's not really flowing anywhere. But a ton of drowns like to spawn around here. And I don't like having tridents thrown at me all the time. So I'm thinking of finding an ocean monument, taking all of the sea lanterns, and lighting up this lake to prevent drowns from spawning and also make this thing look really cool at nighttime. I guess the comment section of the automatic farms video was right, saying that I should have built a guardian farm because, well, this would have been a lot easier. Wonder how many of these I can get before I get attacked by too many guardians. Okay, I'm gonna die down there, and the answer is 3. Let's try one more time. So I'm gonna scrap the sea lantern idea and use glowstone, which again I need a lot more of. Now it's time to get my scuba diving gear on and begin placing. I wish I did have some scuba diving gear because I can't stop drowning. I guess there's some water breathing potions I'll have to do for the meantime. But water breathing definitely doesn't taste as good as G Fuel. Use code Chaza at checkout to get yourself a cheeky discount. Give it a try. Anyway, that is the floor of the lake complete with glowstone. And I've got to say, it looks a lot better at night time. This is where things are going to get a little interesting. I need to find myself a sunflower plains biome, and I probably need more than one because I need a lot to cover the land that I want to cover. And the other biome I need to find is a mushroom island, or is it mushroom island? Regardless, I need to find one of those, and I'm pretty sure that's the rarest biome in the game. So, I've been traveling for about 5,000 blocks now, and I'm still yet to find anything. Wait, is it? Could it be? Yeah, boy. Give me all these sunflowers. Oh, and there's more down here as well. Let's go. This might be enough. There's so many. It's never ending. I've got over 3 stacks now, and I'm beginning to think that maybe this is too much. Now it's time for a long journey back home, and hopefully if I go a different way around, we might bump into a mushroom island or mushroom island. I still don't know which one's which. Well, I made it back and there was no luck of finding one, so I guess I'll just go in a completely different direction. I bet you guys can see why I left this till the end, as it's one of the hardest ones that I can do, because finding it seems to be a very impossible task. I've gone so far the world won't even spawn in. But I have struck gold as I found one, and I'll be honest, I'm not even satisfied or happy that I found it. It's taken me that long, like 3 stacks of fireworks. What are you looking at? And to make things even worse, my shovel doesn't have silk touch on it. So I'm going to be spending the next few hours mining all of this with a pickaxe. Well, I've cleared a good chunk of land, and now I just need to travel all the way back home. I just fell like thousands of blocks from the sky, and this game hates me today. I can probably get some XP on the elytra and mend it if I kill some of these pigs. And it looks like this should be enough to get me home. And we've made it. I went straight to the gold farm to repair my elytra and my tools, and then grabbed some red mushrooms that were on the roof of the nether. But I won't use those yet. I'm going to get straight onto placing these sunflowers. After planting all these, I don't have much room left, so I think I'm going to have to build the mushroom island around here. To be fair, the plains doesn't have to be too big. And I know there's going to be some of you out there saying, "But it's not an island, it's not the mushroom island." Well, it's going to be the mushroom fields. Then finally, let's place down some mushrooms, hit them with bone meal. And that's the mushroom fields complete. Right after I get rid of this tree, because it looks very, very out of place. There we go.
Here we go.
That's 34 out of 35 biomes complete, meaning we have just one left. But now it's time for the most dangerous of them all, the deep dark. Okay, I've made sure I've got my chest plate with me, as well as an enchanted golden apple and a spare totem. And I'm going to come to the sheep farm to grab a ton of wool, because apparently the warden can't hear you when you're walking on wool like this. Now, I went to the deep dark in episode 1, but it wasn't an ancient city. And I actually want to find an ancient city because I've never been to one before. That's probably why this world still exists and I'm still alive. Apparently, you've got to find an area like this with loads of mountains that has a cave next to it, a bit like this. This looks super cool. There we go. There's the deep dark sculpt block. Now, will it have the actual ancient city around the corner? And it doesn't seem like it does. So with no ancient... Wait, I've only gone and found one. This thing looks so cool. I've seen it in videos, but never in person.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be some good loot somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Wait. I can hear the warden.
I'm Captain Obvious.
Where do I go? There's no way he's that fast to catch me. Okay, here's some loot. That's a second warden. He's looking right at me. What am I supposed to do? Subscribe to the channel and I'll throw this at the warden right now. Thanks for subscribing. Oh, no. I think I'm safe for now, but I can see why people get scared down there. My whole hardcore world could be deleted any moment. This guy is absolutely fuming. He's just waiting for me down there. There he is. Yep, he is livid. Maybe if I just try and kill him from here. Nope. If I could even hit him. What you gonna do, buddy? This might be the slowest way of killing a warden ever. Does this thing actually do any damage? That's it. I'm getting the bow out. Finally, he's dead. That must have taken literally at least 10 minutes IRL just to kill him. And I don't even think he drops anything. Come on. I just got rid of him. I'm keeping my elytra on now so I can fly away if I need to. And he's a lot closer than I want him to be. If only the loot was actually worth it. What am I even doing down here? Oh no, he can smell me. Okay, let's slow down. Oh, he knows where I am anyway. Oh, this is it. Hardcore Season 3 coming soon. Don't think he can fit under here. This might be the area we have to get blocks from. If I get rid of these catalysts, I think they're called, or sensors. All right, I'm just going to grab all these blocks and get out of here because I don't want to be here anymore. Note to self, do not about with the warden. This cave used to have a ton of skulking, and now all of that is in my shulker boxes. And with the most difficult part out of the way, I can quite happily and safely start placing all of this skulk next to the snow plains biome until I've made my very own deep dark biome. Then finally, I can place some sculpt sensors. I don't think they do anything. It's literally just decoration. Knowing my luck, a warden will probably spawn from out of nowhere in a minute. I would have loved the portal on top to complete the build, but I don't really want to die. And with the deep dark done, that is how I built every biome in Minecraft Hardcore. If you guys enjoyed, then please subscribe and watch this video next.